Hello everybody, Andrew from Southwark here. Here today to talk about something really fun. We've got a dessert wine for you today. So this is our 2019 Late Harvest Vidal, Estate Late Harvest Vidal. So this is 100% Vidal from here on our property. That meaning it is fully certified organic and biodynamically farmed. What's really fun about this is, ice wine is something that many people know Ontario and Canadian wine for. I think we make fantastic wines across the board, and I think we're getting more and more recognition for said wines. But historically, the global wine community has known Ontario and Canadian wines for our dessert wines, for our ice wine. And what you have here is an ice wine, but it is not ice wine. It's a little bit cheeky to say, but it's almost like ice wine light. So whereas ice wine has a lot of restrictions around production method, and you must let the grapes freeze on the vine, and there's temperature restrictions, -8 and colder and that kind of thing. This is really just about, as the name would suggest, picking a little bit later than you would normally harvest said grapes. So the Vidal on the estate for the orange wine, for example, same plot of Vidal we would pick in September for the orange wine, whereas this we are picking, actually I can tell you specifically, the 2019 Late Harvest Vidal was picked on November 13th, 2019. So a few weeks after you'd normally see grapes picked from this part of the world. And so what you get flavor profile wise and stylistically is a lot of the benefits, a lot of the wonderful things that you love about good dessert wine, without perhaps being quite as sweet or quite as too much cloying, too much mouthfeel. So the first thing that I get is I just had to swallow again because there's such fantastic acidity on it. The acidity and the sweetness level on this wine is going to make this wine delicious and evolving for years, if not decades to come. It's certainly ready to drink now, but those two things, sweetness and acidity, really help wine age. Flavor profile wise, it's, as I mentioned, to me, a lot of that wonderfulness that you get in good dessert wines, honeycomb, poached pear, candied apple, you get sort of that honeycomb. It's a lot of fun. And fun to be able to take a grape like Vidal and really have it in a sort of a fun dressing up as a late harvest wine. So enjoy this wine now. Anytime, and I should say as well, this would go with anything vanilla, anything desserts. Again, I'm partial to things like vanilla, things a little bit more savory when it comes to dessert. You could also do it with berries and that kind of thing as well. You could try it with chocolate. But I think, again, the wonderful sort of uniqueness of this wine, this is going to be fantastic right out of the gates, ready to drink now, young and bright, but is going to, if you were to buy a few bottles, have one this year perhaps, and one in a few years, and then if you wanted to leave one in the back of your cellar for 4, 5, 6+ years, it's only going to get better. It's only going to evolve and become more complex. So I highly recommend that you do that. Yeah. So here's to the 2019 Late Harvest Vidal.